To die. To die is to fall silent. Death is the only absolute negation of language. We love in silence, but only up to the limit of words. Speech is our defiance of nothingness. The philosopher's final word is ellipsis. Philosophy is prose aspiring to poetry. Poetry is philosophy condensed to breath. Both are haunted by the untranslatable. The essay is the modern psalm. To think is to write a poem without knowing it. The deaf mute asks of philosophy what philosophy cannot answer. How does thought sound before the word? The philosopher replies by stammering. The stammer is the truest metaphysics. Silence is the grammar of God. Every great philosophy ends not in conclusion, but in a pause. In the beginning was the Word. The end will be silence. Where one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent. Language is the house of being. But the house decays. In the beginning was the Word, at the end perhaps only its echo. The Logos gave birth to the West, a civilization of sentences. We dwell inside grammar as fish dwell inside water. The verbal is our first nature, our invisible climate. But the word has begun to recede, and silence advances like night. There are languages without words. Music, number, the icon, the gesture. Each offers a mode of understanding unchained from syntax. The ineffable is not a void, but another order of expression. Silence is not the absence of meaning, but its saturation. The highest act of thought may be the abdication of speech. In Taoism and Buddhism, language is the last illusion to be shattered. The soul ascends through words only to abandon them. The cone is a gate that language cannot open, but only strikes. The sound of one hand clapping is the syntax of awakening. To the west, silence is terror. To the east, it is peace. The West believes salvation lies in articulation. Plato's dialogue, Aquinas' Summa, Dante's Cosmos, cathedrals of discourse. All truth is what is believed. All truth, it was believed, could be housed within language. The word was empire, law, theology, reason. But Milton marks the last morning of that faith. In the 17th century, mathematics broke its covenant with the word. Newton and Leibniz wrote a new scripture, calculus legible only to the initiated. Numbers ceased to be abbreviated speech, it became its rival. Between mathematics and language there are no translators, only awe. The mathematician writes in silence to be universally understood. The world has divided. One half speaks, the other calculates. The humanist and the scientist now stare across an unbridgeable abyss. To be illiterate in calculus is as grave as to be ignorant of Shakespeare. The second law of thermodynamics and Hamlet describe the same terror in different tongues. The educated man is now a hybrid, no longer possible. History and sociology, ashamed of rhetoric, masquerades as mathematics. The footnote has replaced the metaphor. The historian has become a clerk of data. The sociologist's jargon is a catechism of false exactitudes. The graph is the modern psalm, a hymn to absence. Spinoza sought to turn the word into equation, ethics as Euclid's ghost. But words, unlike numbers, do not prove, they persuade. After Spinoza, all metaphysics is self-reflexive, language analyzing language. The philosopher sharpens diamonds with diamonds until only dust remains.